Fabspeed exhaust, more specifically Fabspeed headers. I'm not sure you can tell, but it is loud. How loud do you want it? Yes. Today we're driving this 430 to discover what makes it such a great entry-level supercar in 2022. Inside the 430, it's a very spacious place to be. It does have these aftermarket enormous paddles. Looks like it came off of like a Maserati. That look. This one's got 34,000 miles, so it has been driven. A 4.3 liter naturally aspirated V8, 490 brake horsepower. Very healthy amount for the street, I would say. Very usable amount of power to really wind out on the public road and just enjoy the sensations, enjoy the speed and the sounds and just the visceral experience of these cars. The old school cars gave the best. 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, top speed 196 miles an hour. The 430 is, I'd say, the last iteration before Ferrari started to really implement super quick steering into their cars. Of course, it still has quick responsive steering. It's still a Ferrari, but it's the 458 and onwards, noticeably faster steering. But I kind of like the weight of the old school steering personally. Revs to 8,500 RPM. It is a 6-speed single clutch F1 transmission. Of course, compared to the 458 and onwards, it is, you know, just not as responsive. It's a little bit dated now. Not at all. A lot of people really do not like the F1 transmissions, and of course this is like the last iteration of it before the Scuderia. There's something fun about the old school transmission. There's something playful about it. Like, it feels more mechanical, I guess. It feels like you're actually doing something.
Yes.
Put it into race mode.
Ooh. That's race shit.
That is race shit. Shifts are a little bit punchier in race mode for sure. Suspension is firmed up as well. This car is also lowered, so it doesn't really help in terms of ride comfort. But I mean, I think it's fine. It's not as rough as a Scud, even still.
The Scud is more rough than like getting dragged behind a Jeep.
This is also before Ferrari got crazy with all the stuff on the steering wheel. Of course, you still have your Manettino switch and then your start button, and that is it. I always thought it had a very distinct sound. Compared to the 360, it sounded way better, like in terms of stock for stock. 458 sounds a little bit more refined in a sense. Of course, the 430 always sounded very raw to me. And with this exhaust, that is enhanced dramatically. So think about what else came out during this time period, right? Lamborghini Gallardo was the main rival, I would say. This, although I do love the Gallardo, is a better car to drive, for sure. It's a bit more refined feeling. I think it's got better steering. Transmission is a bit better. I'm talking about the first gen Gallardo. The LP Gallardos, well, that kind of competed with the 458. So it's like this was ahead of Lambo for sure at the time.
Falling asleep right now.
You know how spoiled that sounds? Yeah, let's see if this wakes you up a little bit.
It definitely did something.
Honestly, every time you do that, it's just like a shot of espresso. A very linear power band, of course, no turbochargers, a perfect driving position as well, still typical Ferrari DNA. Sure, it's 15 years old or whatever, but it doesn't feel any less of a Ferrari. If anything, it feels more Ferrari than newer Ferraris.
It feels more real.
Yeah, like it
Some
feels...
of the newer cars feel like video game cars. They don't feel like real cars.
While the new cars are amazing and I do love them and they're wickedly quick, there's something just timeless and sort of beautiful about the old school supercars. They're sort of more one with the car, a bit more mechanical feeling, more raw, visceral, all these words.
It's noise.
And let's not forget that. It's nice to be able to actually see out of a supercar, because I feel like in some of the Lambos you can't even see out of it, and so you can't even take in the speed as much because you can't see anything. This is louder than the Black 458 Spider.
I think it's probably louder, but since it's not a convertible, we probably can't hear it as much, even with the windows down.
I also love the door mirrors on these cars. I just love the two little, what do we call those? I just always like the styling of this car. You know, I will say the 430, you know, as a sort of, I guess you could call it entry-level supercar now in terms of price. So it's like between 120 and 150K. I think it is a fantastic car. I think, you know, if you're looking to get into an exotic, you don't want one that's too crazy. This one's loud. But let's just say 430s in general. Not too crazy, easy to drive, pretty easy to maintain. Ooh. It's fun. I feel like some of the dual clutches are so not very eventful. If you're not attracted, let's say, to maybe the new school feel of exotics with the crazy fast transmissions, maybe not as engaging to drive as, say, the old school generation, then this car is, I think, perfect for you because it is still a blend of modern with old school. It still looks relatively modern, but also mechanically and service-wise, I mean, it's pretty reliable by supercar standards. I mean, it is relatively reliable. It does have an automatic setting as well, which is very nice. I don't know if I would recommend automatic mode because it does wear out the clutch faster than just simply shifting yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Of course, you still have your Manatino switch and then your start button, and that is it. Traditional.
What is up with that engine? What is up with the engine back there, dude?
It smells. That is biblical.
What is up with the
That
engine?
is biblically.
Dude, why is it doing that?
AIDS. You gotta stop eating those Nutella Uncrustables because that is not helping.